I made a LABUBU blind box. No printing, no digital art, just my paper. And a bunch of other supplies, I guess. Colored pencils, scissors, tape, blah blah blah. Now, if you're broke like me and can't buy LABUBUs because they're so dang expensive, well, this craft is perfect for you. Starting off here, I'm taking a ruler and I'm measuring how I should fold the actual box. Let's see here. The length appears to be 28 centimeters. If you guys didn't know, LABUBU blind boxes are like a slightly flattened rectangular prism. I want to fold my paper into fourths, so 28 divided by 4 is 7, but that would make the dimensions equal, so then I should give two sides 1 more centimeter and the other two sides 1 less centimeter to make the box more rectangular. What the heck is he talking about? So I'm marking my paper into the 8686 pattern that you just saw. Oh, and by the way, this is the reference picture I'm using. Thought that would be important to note. I'm now going to fold my paper along the 3 pencil markings as so. And using our now creased paper, folding it the opposite direction. This was an estimate fold, by the way. Opening up the paper, and I'm using my scissors to cut along the crease I just made. That's quite a long cut. We're now taking one of the pieces and cutting along those creases, but we're not throwing them away yet. We're going to use these for the box. With the larger pieces of paper, I'm making creases on them using the other large piece of paper on the thin side. These will be for the top and bottom of the box. Now, with respect to the shorter sections of the paper, we're bringing back our small scraps and cutting 2 L-shaped pieces, which will act as the little flaps of the blind box. Bringing in my notebook because I don't want my surface to become stained again by my clumsy drawing skills. Okay. Next, I'm going to sketch the blind box design on the sheet of paper using a pencil because of mistakes like this. When will I ever learn how to align text properly? Okay, let me stop for a second because this video is about the recent craze that is LABUBUs. If you didn't know what LABUBUs are, they're these fluffy monster elf plush keychains that have Nordic origins and are basically the recent blind box craze as far as I know. I've only recently seen people around my community carrying LABUBUs around town, and if I'm not mistaken, we are a few months out from their rise in popularity, and I might be kind of late to the party, but I'm here now. Popping off? Debatable. I'm still here at the party that I invited myself to, and here comes the hard part. Chinese characters written on the front. Luckily, I do know how to write Chinese. Just flashbacks to all of those grueling years I spent in Chinese school. Here it is. It's actually crusty, but whatever. If you're wondering what I'm doing for the left side, I don't know. Just ask me later. Okay, spoiler alert, I won't be drawing much on this side. Just don't tell anybody. Shh. But this right side will be dedicated towards the LABUBU catalog. Now, as you can see, there are 7 tiny LABUBUs to draw. I'm drawing tiny little boxes to designate the areas at which I'm going to draw each LABUBU at. Basically, it's just due to spacing issues. I don't know about you, but I would never have expected to draw so many tiny LABUBUs and be cramping after. In this teeny little corner, I'm writing my borderline illegible Chinese again, and then the English version of the Chinese, which is just telling you the size of the LABUBU dolls, and then even more painstakingly writing each of the little LABUBU's names in English and in Chinese. If you're wondering what these names sound like in Chinese, from the top left we have 乐呵呵, 甜丝丝, 羞答答, 美滋滋, 盐巴巴, 委屈屈. I apologize in advance if I said or wrote anything incorrect. Okay, so I went off camera to draw some border decor on the empty side, but let's be real, it looks pretty empty, even with this barcode, but whatever, let's just move on. I'm now using a black pen to trace all of the pencil sketches, taking extra precautions to not mess up, especially the face. I can never get the face right. Oof, those eyes, bro. Chugging away, and oh boy, you better not disappoint with your Chinese. Oh, unrelated, I guess I want to ask you guys, why are LABUBUs so popular? They kind of look like an undescribable creature that would haunt me in my dreams. No offense. LABUBUs are kind of more on the creepy territory than it is cute. I mean, I see them being sold online for thousands of dollars, and all this For what? Wow, just impeccable line tracing. You deserve a medal made of slop and toenails because this is just tragic. Finishing the job on the barcode, and then I'm taking my finer tip pen to draw in each of the little Labubu's little creepy faces. Again, no offense. And now we can remove all of those nasty pencil sketches with an eraser. Bringing out my colored pencils, meticulously picking out the right colors, and then we can begin coloring. I'm gonna be honest, I looked over all of the Labubus that you can get in this blind box, but I still can't identify which one this is. Am I just stupid? For the text, I'm using a gold pen, and boy, I was holding my breath because this pen tip is too fat, and the areas I need to fill in are too skinny. Maybe we can make these eyes less creepy with a white pen. Well, that did nothing. Maybe a different white pen? Okay, let's just finish coloring everything else first. Now, here is something I kind of want to address. I see a lot of you guys call me as the quote-unquote blind bag king, and first of all, that is a huge honor, and I'm already so grateful that you, the viewer, are even just watching this video. But honestly, I'm a little intimidated by that nickname, especially with the word king in it, because there really is no need to place me on a pedestal. I just happen to do art, film it, and then post it online. At the end of the day, I'm just human like you guys. Okay, enough of that TED Talk. Here is our colored cover. I think it's about time that we bring in our small paper cutouts, and I'm coloring them in with a yellowish tan... Wait, actually, I think this color works better. Let's quickly complete this task with ease, leaving this piece white because it'll be for the bottom. Now for the top cover, I need to cut slits so that I can just peel the tab to open the blind box. And that's what our craft blade is for. Now if you're young, please ask a parent or guardian to help you complete this task. No blind box is worth an injury. Now that all of our pieces are completed, we can use our tape to seal the deal. Oh my god, I'm so cringe. Just finish the job, will ya? The taping process was actually a bit more intricate than I thought, so my focus mode was turned on to the max. For the top cover, make sure the side with the slits is closer to the front of the blind box. Now, we're not going to seal the blind box yet. We need to pick a Labubu to make. Alright, 田思思 it is. Taking a new piece of paper, I'm making a crease, and on that crease, I'm drawing Sisi. At this point, I've gotten so used to drawing Labubus that I probably wouldn't need a reference picture to draw one if you asked me to draw a Labubu. Please don't actually ask me to draw a Labubu. I don't want to. And then using my colored pencils to do their job, to turn this black and white thing into something a little bit more vivid and eye-catching. Don't know how else to word it, but hopefully that made sense. Scissors? I'm gonna need you to cut this out for me. Taping our paper into a paper squishy, and then bringing in our stuffing to make our paper squishy. Seal the open edge. Just like that, our Labubu squishy is complete. But we do need a bag to hold our squishy in. Cut that out real quick. Not cut that out, but just cut this bag piece out. Before we move on, I had to give a second take on this face. Should I redo this? It's been 2 days! Just kidding, but this face took forever to fix. I'm gluing the new face on top of the original face with a glue stick. And I realized that the text here and here was beige. I so conveniently found this set of pens with a beige pen to do the job. Alright, let's shift our attention back to the bag. I'm gonna say it right now, this is probably the most work I've put into an inner bag that's going to be thrown away in 2 seconds. Just kidding. I keep the majority of my blind bags after I unbox them. And you may be asking, can't you just draw a question mark on it and call it a day? Theoretically I could, but this time I really wanted to challenge myself and go all out and do something different than what I usually do. So while this step was quite time-consuming and tedious, I think the end product was quite rewarding. That being said, there's really nothing wrong with going simple. If your focus is the whole blind bag experience, then drawing simple is perfectly fine. If your goal is to replicate a blind box like I'm doing here, then you may want to focus more attention on making every part of it look good. But both ways are perfectly reasonable, so don't automatically knock yourself down if you think your art is too simple. Simple is just such a vague word, and simple art does not make you a bad artist. Okay, we finished our bag, and we can insert our Labubu inside and seal it off. One last thing, the card. Coincidentally, I do have this translucent paper on hand with me. A family member gifted it to me randomly, and adding all the little decorations that go onto the typical Labubu card. I gotta ask though, do all Labubu blind boxes have this card? If so, I don't know how to feel about it, because on one hand, the card does look pretty sleek and cool, but on the other hand, it if you accidentally pull out the card first before opening the actual LABUBU, I'd imagine it wouldn't be very fun to have your surprise ruined. There's our card. And finally, we can assemble our blind box. Love seeing that our hard work is finally paying off. Here's our blind box. It's just filled to the brim with detail. We don't talk about the back, but I'm super pleased with how it came out. But right now, it's unboxing time. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you guys later. Meepyblues out.